Fallout fanatics, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Build a Settlement here at Echo Lake Lumber. So this was a request by one of you. I don't remember who it was, but here it is, and here we are, and there you go. So yeah, we are going to be building a settlement here. I have some fantastical ideas. This is going to be a mix of, I don't know, real repairs as well as hodgepodge repairs, kind of like that. We are going to do our best to try to match up some of these textures to try to repair some of these buildings with like the actual bits, the actual assets. And then other parts are going to just be slapping together some of whatever the heck we happen to have. And all kinds of shenanigans. So, we are back to a fully modded building experience here. As you can see, we have much larger border than what you would get through the vanilla game, which is awesome, because that also encompasses all these extra buildings over here, as well as that little bit of an island over there that we are actually going to utilize. Unfortunately, we don't get the whole island, but that's okay. We can make that work with what we got. So far, I have come in and do some cleaning. I do have a little more cleaning to do because I didn't get everything before I modded it to make things bigger. And there actually are some things, too, that I can't seem to get rid of, like this guy here. So, we'll see. We might just leave it. We might get rid of it. Right now, I'll just kind of get rid of some of this additional scrap. So, sorry for the big gap in between. I had some scheduling conflicts, and I also had to put in and test all my mods. And along with doing that, we were actually finally able to get master plan mods to work. I finally have access to Castle in the Sky, a mod which you fine, fantastic folks have been telling me about for years that I've always wanted, but have never been able to use because it always conflicted with something in my load order, and I was just never able to get it to work, but now I can, and we are going to, without a doubt, utilize it. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to go right into the wood. Now, we're going to be using a lot of the wood assets from this mod because we are at the lumberyard, and of course, we have access to wood. So we're not going to be building a castle, so don't even think we're going to be doing that. No, we're actually going to be utilizing things like this, like the towers and the walls. We're actually going to start right here with this. We're going to be building a wall around the entire place. See if I can get rid of that flag. I've been having trouble with removing assets too. Using the disable function. So let's go ahead and let's see if that'll work for us. Let's click on that guy. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing a build at the boat tour place. The full name escapes me at the moment. And I was trying to remove some assets via that command, and it wasn't letting me. For some really weird reason, it just wouldn't let me do it. So, actually, we're going to remove this sign. We're going to have to do quite a bit of finagling to make this work. So let's start here. We're going to do our best to keep these lined up like that for the best looking aesthetics here. And yeah, we'll do something kind of like that. That doesn't look that great. So this is basically because I want to try and keep this as square as possible. I guess in the long run it's really not going to matter because this is going to be so oddly shaped. We're going to have to, lock things in and just kind of torque them because it's just it's such a oddly shaped settlement. So, but that's okay. That's all part of the fun here. I mean, it's going to kind of give us a little wonkiness here, but that's all right. We can manage. We're grown adults here, even though we don't act like it. I know I certainly don't. You folks know that. Alright. So, yeah, we'll be throwing in some like random towers every now and again for making sure that we are well protected. So as you can see, we're off to a pretty good start here. And I'm just going to completely work that because we're just not going to have any kind of perfect connectability throughout this entire thing. So we're just going to go for it. I'm going to go this way because this way seems like it's going to be easier. The other way, we've got a bunch of obstacles, so I'll save that for later. We don't spend an entire video messing around trying to make other things work. We're just going to basically be free placing, looks like a good majority of this entire wall. But that's okay. We'll make it. We'll fake it till we make it. Something like that. Now here's going to be quite a predicament. We're going to have to get this just perfect. Actually, you know what? This looks like a good place too for a tower. And this might be like a... I have to go through a pass-through tower. So maybe we'll stick a guy right here. Put it here for the moment. Let's see. Yeah, see, we've got too many bushes in the way. Alright, let me see if I can get rid of this through console command. Gotta be really careful too, because I'm right on top of... You know what? Yeah, let's go out of bounds just a little bit. I accidentally got rid of the... oh, nice. The border here that you can see there once by doing the console command. Nice. And that wasn't too nice. Let's get rid of this tree too if we can. Perfect. We'll leave the car. Get rid of this little bush here too if we can. Perfect. Nice. I know all you console users are screaming at me. That's not fair. We can't do that. I know you can't. And now you guys know what you've been missing out on all this time. Yeah, alright, so we're going to have to place this guy here. And we're actually going to maybe... this one on an angle. Maybe. Yeah. We're going to have to kind of do that. And we're going to have to make a couple of pieces. And unfortunately, we're going to lose this building here, which isn't the end of the world. I might just console command it out of here. You know what? Let's do a quick save. And let's see what happens when we get rid of that. Just to double check. Let's see if I might be able to give you guys a sneaky peek at what I'm working on. There you go. You can see some boats. Lots of boats. Yeah. And some more of this similar wall. That's all you're going to get, though. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you. That's just going to be a regular settlement tour popping up. So, oh, this is going to be a piece by piece. That's not good. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Was not expecting that. Yeah. It's like half in and half out. And, I mean, I can get rid of, like, a good chunk of it, but then I get to that part. Alright, you know what, let's mess with it for now. Let me delete what I can on my own. I wasn't really going to get rid of most of this. I was actually going to plan on leaving it, but I don't want it being so close to the wall because then that makes a point of vulnerability. And we do not want that. No, we don't. Go ahead and scrap as much of this garbage as we can. I mean, I suppose I could, like, put in some effort and make it look like half the building is missing, but I'm just going to try and scrap out as much as we possibly can just to get rid of it. There we go. Delete, delete, delete. I thought it might have been one whole asset, but apparently not. I want to keep the cliff. I think we're going to keep the bush because I can't get to it. Perfect. Keep going, keep going. Apparently, I can get to more of it by being inside, which is awesome. So we're just going to keep on going. Might leave, or I should say I'm going to leave the decking there. Because I think that is pretty fitting. Get rid of that, though. Maybe. I probably should have left that now that I'm looking at it. Oh, well. Live and learn. Okay, I can't get to that, but I can get to that. Get that. 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 Nice. Going a little easier than I thought it was going to. Okay. It's not going to leave us with too much to get rid of. Finish off all this junk. And that looks like that's going to be all she wrote. Hey, that ain't bad, all things considered. I don't have too much to really get rid of. So let's go ahead and get everything I can into view as best I can. Let's go ahead and get rid of these bad bammy jammies. Once again, I'm onto that term. I don't know why. I apologize. Try clicking that. There we go. Okay. That one. That one. Oop. For that, but that's okay. That one. Alright, let's see how we did. Come on over here. Oh, got a few. Okay. Obviously, I couldn't see these, so. That. Nice. Like, this can just be basically totally left on its own. I think. Yeah, why not? Maybe I'll, because now this is kind of like a big, boring, empty spot. Maybe we'll throw like a cliff or something here. So let's do another new Save here. Just in case I decide to go all the way back. Okay. And let's go to... Let's see... I think it's in CVC. Where is CVC? Everything got moved around on my tool when I was putting all my stuff back in. So it's going to take me a little while to kind of get used to this kind of stuff again. Let's see. Where am I going? I don't know what I'm looking for. Deadlands, I think. Okay. Stumps, cliffs. Maybe we'll throw something like this guy in here. Just to give it some, like, something, because it just looks like one big giant empty thing now. Let's try and get this in there like so. Fix that so that it looks less big if we can. We'll have to play around with a few of these. And now like so. Oh geez, you're mucking it up. Yeah. Oh geez. It's gonna be like one of those things where you just keep chasing your own tail, I think. Nice! Now we got a little something something there. Okay. What else we got in here? We can probably do something like this to kind of make this look like it's not so weird on its own. Throw this guy in. That works. I think. Maybe I'll throw like my own little cabin or something in here. That's actually not such a bad idea. Let me see. What do we got? Structures. Greenhouses. Do we have like a pre-built? Not really. Construction. Stairs. Other no. Hey, that would be. There's no prefabbed. What the fudge? Okay, back to CVC then. Let's try. I know there's some prefab stuff in here. All the way back to the beginning. Prefabs, shacks, wooden. What I'm looking for. Vanilla shacks. Outer pre-built. No. Warehouse. What the fudge? Where's my pre-built stuff that I'm always using? There we go. This could possibly work. Something of some significance here. Maybe not that big. move this guy like right here. Because then now it'll actually look like it fits. Right? Okay, that's enough of that. Alright. I'm wasting so much time on that. Where am I going? Over here. My menu doesn't move as fast as it should either. I sort of kind of lost that ability for me to just hold the button and for it to zip on through. I actually have to keep clicking the button over and over again to make it move as fast as I want it to move. Which I'm not too happy about. Oops-a-doodle. Let's straighten this out along with that shed, just like that. Okay, let's check our height. Oof, gotta scoot you on over. Let's actually lower you just a little to make it look better. Perfect. Nice. We get to keep this. We are actually going to turn these into real vendors. So that's why we are 100% keeping them. I did just close off that back door now that I'm seeing that. But that's okay. We could change that. We can change the design. I can take out that wall, put a door there. Same thing over here. Ooh. What's this? I'm thirsty. Gimme. Nice. Alright. Onward. And my swap in and out of the build menu here is not as fast as it should be. That's another thing I lost when I unfortunately upgraded, if you want to even say that. Excuse me, to the next gen, the mod that I had that gave me the faster in and out doesn't work anymore. And so I found another one that does work pretty quickly, but nowhere near as fast as the old version did. So there's still a bit of a pause there, unfortunately. Okay. Now we're going to have to do that. But before we do that, we need, yes, a set of stairs. So let's turn our snapping back on. We're going to use this to set our height and everything. So let's bring that in over. So, oof, that looks so ugly. Alright, we're going to have to manual the stairs here. Oh, I already had it turned off. Dope. Why isn't that turning? That's why I get dumb. There we go. That looks better. Alright, we're going to actually bring this down quite a bit. There we go. That's a nice transition there. Ooh, I didn't realize how close we're getting to this cliff. You can just, like, hop right over. And I really do not want to get rid of that cliff. We're going to have to put some spiky thingies there. So, we will take care of that. Wonder if maybe we should put another guard tower there. I'll think about it. Alright, in the meantime, back to the wall. Go ahead and stick another door there. We're going to come basically right up to the water. And then we're going to make a tower. Then we're going to shift that away. So let me turn my snapping back on. Let's see how well this goes. So let's get a tower here. We want, I think, a corner one. Yeah. That. Yeah, I like that. That works. Of course, our tower is going to be on a funky angle, so if we put our next wall piece in, we're going to be headed like way in that way. So, we're going to have to torque this as well. Let's do the twist. Best we can without really mucking this up. I mean, I don't really have to lock these into each other, but I do want it to look as nice as I possibly can, so. I mean, that's not bad. We're definitely going to have to angle outward. Turn that off. That is going to be like a pretty serious angle. I wonder if maybe I should come out one more wall piece. Let's try that. Let's take you out for a second. Let me turn my snap back on. we'll put it. Actually, that would probably make a bit more sense. All right, let's try that. Let's snap you in there, and of course we're gonna have to lower you. So let's take that out real quick. A set of stars. Bring you down. So, okay, now that puts you way out into the water, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing. Actually, you know what? We're gonna scooch this over. Okay. I want it over, but not quite that. That's better, I think. Okay. Now let's put it in place. That's not too bad. I mean, we do have some funky angles here, some back and forths. I mean, it is a natural shoreline. So, alright. Probably a good idea to do a quick save. Save. Yeah, let's do a new one. Just get back into our menu and continue on. What was that? Rock. Who cares? Alright, onward. So yeah, we're gonna have to make our own little turns and twists here and there. Not the end of the world. Get that and like that. Perfect. Keep doing that. Let's see, how's my height? Acceptable. Cool. I really love these wood fence walls. This is something I've always wanted in this game because it just looks so cool and so realistic. Like, it really looks like the type of thing that anybody in this type of situation would actually really build to help protect them and their peoples. Let's turn our snapping back on. Need a set of stairs here. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna come this way, and then we're gonna build a walkway over to the island there. We're gonna put some sort of big gate here, or we will totally block off the walkway so that it's protected, or something. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I don't like the fact that this is turned the way it is. We might twerk it ourselves and keep what we have here, the existing pieces, because they're pretty cool looking, especially this one like falling apart. I kind of like the aesthetics of that. This kind of stuff we're going to leave because that's just cool. We can get rid of the bramble though. All these extra rimbles. We don't need that. It just eats up size, which actually I can see my size is getting up there too, so that means another mod that I'm using is not technically working, probably because this is DLC. So I will have to use the cheat terminal console thing that I have to make that work. Let's do something. Perfect. Then we'll leave this gap here, and we'll pick this up. Measure right here. Perfect. Look at that. Got it on the first try. Alright, so since we are here, these are going to stay angled just the way they are. Love it. We are going to tweak this now. Bring that over there. Bring this guy over here. Perfect. Take this one. Shove it on over here. I love it. Ah! Didn't even realize I was... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Oh, look at that guy. Just stick that under there. I'm not, like, doing any quests because I'm building. I don't care if my son's been kidnapped. I'm building. Isn't that how this goes? Alright. Perfect. Put this guy over here. Love it. Fill that one up over here. So. And we'll get this guy. Match up. Like so. There. So. Look at that. I'm just gonna bring these guys over a little bit. Oh, nope. That is supposed to be like that. Really? Okay, whatever. Actually, we gotta work this a little bit. Perfect, I think. Actually, might want it a little more, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think I want it more. Like that. Step back. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and just tweaking this. Turn that one. So. There like that. That back over here. So. Okay. This guy up over. That one we can put back in place as well. Stick that one like that. That one like that. Cool. So I'm probably maybe gonna get rid of this. I don't know. It's really cool. I really don't want to, but it might get in the way. Actually, you know what? Since we are here, maybe we'll take a break from the wall and plot this out. We're gonna use G2M. I think has exactly what I'm looking for. I think they have the same color. I hope. Find out. First, they do have the floating bridge, so maybe I'll use that. Where's that? Lanes. Nope. Decoration. Probably will be using some of this at some point. Quite a bit of it, actually. All the dead fishies and stuff. Power, no. Defense. Construction. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. I don't remember where the heck that is. Furniture decoration? Miscellaneous? No. Definitely not that. Contraptions, garage door, new. Decoration. Oh, I already looked through all that. Fish farm. Oh, here we go. Probably all screaming at me. You dummy! Right there in front of you. I want the animated one, so get out of here. There we go! Alright, so first we want a little connector thing. Yeah, this guy here. Not quite that steep. Oh, geez, that was the least of the two steep. Okay. Huh. Alright. We might have to play around with this then. Okay, let's put in this here then. Something like that. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can also see that that one doesn't line up, but that's okay. We can work our way that way and twerk it. So let's put on our snapping. Oh, don't tell me these aren't animated. Ah, that stinks. Actually, this is probably the one I wanted right here. But whatever. We got a rowboat. Okay, I guess we're going back to these guys then. I definitely need this to be animated. Give me another bluey. Oh, oh, that way. There you go. Okay, now we've made it here. I suppose we can keep that. We're not interfering with it, and it actually does kind of look neat. The boat, I'm just going to kind of shove over here at the moment. Maybe we'll kind of leave it like that. Who knows? But we're going to have to reposition this bad boy. Match up. There we go. Maybe we'll just in here like that. I like that. Okay. This over here. So. That one here. Like so. Cool. Alright, let's check this out. We got our big wall. We are definitely be putting like some sort of door thing here. I do have some ideas, so don't worry about that. Come on over here and walk across our rickety bridge and pop up over here onto an island that has a hatch. I don't know if this is vanilla or not. I think it is. I hope it is. Because I actually have some pretty cool ideas. Because let me see if I can even get to it from where I want to build. Oh, perfect, I can. And that gives me a perfect idea. Because I do have this whole island more or less kind of planned out as to what I want it to look like and what it's going to be. And the fact that that's like right where it is. Unfortunately, I don't get the whole island. This is going to actually work out pretty cool. So, nice! I don't know, the look of this is kind of bugging me, that unfinished edge without any supports or something. Let's see what we got in here. Let's play around. I'll just throw a couple of these guys in here. Kind of help finish the look, I think. Let's fix that up like that. Cool. Alright. So, if you're wondering what exactly am I gonna do here, we do have some cool doors. Let me see if I can find where they are. I think they're in their regular castle. Something in here. Decorations. Ah, I think it's under this. Animated. We have doors. Got something like that, but not quite those. Yeah, these guys here. Of course, they're a little on the small side, so we're going to have to twerk that. We actually might have to put it on the inside, too. Make room for it to open. Let's check it out. Perfect. Okay. Close those. Let's see if we can big size these without it budging up. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of sometimes. Oh, no, I could. Sweet. Sometimes when you make these things bigger, they really mess up. And this gets really tall, too. I don't know if I like that. Really wish I could just, you know, make it wider. Which, it looks like I'm probably just going to have to use the vanilla ones and then fill in the gaps. Not the end of the world. But anyway, you get the idea of what we're going with here. So we can... We'll still open the doors here to get in and out. Then, kind of do the same over here. I'm thinking I'm probably going to wall this off too. And this is going to be kind of like a security outpost. We're going to have another tower over here so that we get a better look out this way. And then we'll continue on with our wall going that way. Careful, almost fell in the water. I haven't done that in a while. Nice. I don't know. You folks tell me. Should I leave the doors Gigantosaur like that, or should I go back to the original size and just fill in the gaps with other bits and pieces, etc., etc.? And whatever you guys command, I will grant. So this thing, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to use it, because this is not stuff I can remove. All this dirt here, this is actual ground. And I suppose I could try lifting all of this up to rebuild all this, but again, these don't snap to each other. So that's going to kind of not work. And now I don't remember the last time I saved, so I'm going to try to put that back as best we can. Hey, that's not too bad. Little bitty twerk here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, so for now it can just stay until I decide. Of course, now I've really mucked it all up. But yeah, this is the point I'm getting at, is like these don't snap into each other. And I don't know if I have that asset anywhere. Yeah, see, now I ruined it. Yeah, but then again, at the same time, I don't really know what I could use this for. even if I did want to reuse it. So, I don't know. We'll tackle that in the future. When we come back, we will continue on with doing the wall, and then start working on from there. Got a lot of stuff here to play around with. Whatnot. Oh no, don't want to get rid of that. I don't like how that is attached to that bush there. And so is all this. So I either have to get rid of it or work with it. I don't know. This is definitely going to stay, though, because that's just cool. Okay, folks, I thank you all so much for joining me and watching my craziness as we try to make this into one heck of a badass settlement. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, don't get irradiated.